because I wanted me in the video. I don't know how well this is gonna go. I honestly don't. But I am building a set that I've never built before, and it's an old set from 1973 because that's the year I've seen to be stuck in right now. It's called the 688 tank truck, and it's a shell vehicle, which is what they had a lot of back in the day. And I'm pulling out the instructions on Piron. Yes, the old school Piron.com. I know it's old, but I'm old school, so I'm making old school sets. So I'm going to look at old school websites because that's what I do. So I think I got all pieces pulled. I had fun just to start. I did a quick organization of my bin of 2x2 bricks with tires. You can see this is a whole bin of them. These are quote unquote the good ones and not necessarily anywhere close to mint. You'd have to look pretty hard and pretty long to find any kind of quote unquote mint tires in there. But they usually look like something like this. So there's some wear and tear. I mean, these things are 40 years old, so I mean, I'm at least 40 years old, so I'm not going to complain about it too much. I don't know when they discontinue making a 2x2 brick with tires on it. Again, I don't keep track of that kind of stuff. But I pulled out 4 dualies. We always called these guys the dualies because they had the 2 tires in the back, and 1 singles because that's what the set inventory, again, on Piron, not Bricklink. I don't mind Bricklink when it's appropriate, but if I can get away with using Piron and Lugnut, that's exactly what I'm going to use. But I'm old school. So I'm going to start building this, and I'm going to start shooting the breeze, and I don't know where it's going to go, but we're going to have fun. We'll talk about that more later, but yes, it starts off with that. I am doing, let's see, I am doing the pieces. I grabbed the quote-unquote best pieces I could find. So some of the pieces are not era-specific. If I put some effort into finding era-specific good pieces, it would take me a lot longer to find all the pieces I needed. So I didn't bother doing any of that. I could have found better clear bricks, but my clear brick bin is sorted, but I didn't feel like it. But that's what it came down to. I honestly did not feel like, did I put this wrong one? That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 8, 10. And then why is this? I think, oh, duh. This is me not looking closely at the instructions. That's fine. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. I was honestly amazed how many of these shell logos I found. 1x6 bricks over the years of me collecting them. I am more than impressed, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So again, if you have been collecting, like actively collecting as long as I have, and even these guys, woohoo! Not stickered, actually printed shell bricks, which is just perfectly acceptable. It is, for me, I am very, I want to say gezellig. I'm very, it's a Dutch word for comfortable, but something substantially more than comfortable. I'm very comfortable with the collection I have, and the active sorting that sleuthing of parts and pieces, my investigations, and grabbing what the pieces and parts that I want. Looks like he's got that there. Yeah, okay, we'll put that there anyway. And I'll put this in the back and put the dualies back here. 1, 2 dualies. Yeah, the dualies are old, and I realize that they're old, and sometimes they don't click down as much as they should, but I think that is it. We'll take that piece off, put these pieces on top there and there. So the truck is done. far as I can see. And now we're gonna do the trailer, which is gonna be basically pretty much, was I supposed to get 2 4x10s? Uno momento por favor. I'm gonna go check the instructions, and I didn't realize it was 2. Yes, it is 2. Very back. I only grabbed 1 4x10, so I will have to grab 2 4x10s. I have to let this out here. 4x8s in here. There we go. And again, I honestly, for myself, I honestly have overall far too much fun with this hobby and how I interact with it. I really do enjoy just building like this, and then I enjoy shows, and I enjoy talking to people and hanging out with people that have also an appreciation of this hobby. And so over the years, when you think about all the time and effort and outlay of money, for sure, it even shows you in the picture that you collect them together. So there we go, done. 688, never built it before, but I happen to have all the parts for it. Obviously, these are all basic parts now. The printed bricks, maybe not so much. And obviously the dualies are old school. They haven't been around for a long time. The printed headlight bricks haven't been around. The Lego Land bricks haven't not been around for a long time. But those should be semi-easy to source if you want to build this. Why you would? Maybe you're like me. So, and I wasn't going to just wrap this up after I finished building this. I want to talk about some other things. Like, I went to my yellow printed bricks because I had to get the shell logos out. And I found a stack of these in there just because. I found these are my yellow headlight bricks. These are basically all the yellow headlight bricks I have. And of course, some are very, very faded right there. But some are mint, as close to quote unquote mint as I care. Here's the rest of my shell bricks. Yes, I have lots. Why? I don't know. Never bought one. I don't remember getting one for Christmas, birthdays growing up. So I don't remember getting any of these 1x6. So all these came in used lots. And I don't think they came in used lots at the thrift stores either, when I went to people's houses and picked up used lots on Kijiji or Marketplace. And so there's 4 there, and there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12. There's probably other sets that came with the 1x6 shell, maybe the gas stations or wherever, because I don't think, I mean, I could very easily build 3 more tanker trucks. I'm not going to. So what I like about yellow is I think this is where I have the most Lego Land bricks in yellow. I don't know why, but one of my favorite basic bricks ever, the Lego Land. And this is what I loved about my youth, is that you get a lot of these in the 70s, and even this in the 70s. These bricks were ubiquitous back then, in various colors, obviously, but they came in so many sets. And it was just nice to have them, and you would build them into whatever you're building. And so instant logo. Now, you get today's sets. I mean, I remember the basketball court had a sticker that would go on whatever for the Lego logo. I think it was basketball, might have been hockey, whatever, one of those sports sets. But you don't get the logo anymore overall to go on your build. Like I don't buy all the sets, obviously, these days. I'm not into buying new sets and, you know, breaking my bank account. But you don't get the Lego logo as much as you used to. Like, of course, it's on all the studs. That goes without saying. But I mean, building this into something is cool because there's the Lego logo. The other thing is these guys, the 1x6 headlight brick. Now, these never came in chrome as far as I know. They're always black print on yellow, blue, and I think red. Yes, red. Maybe white. I don't quite remember seeing them in white, but I know I have yellow, and I know I have blue, and I know I have red. The last one I found in there was this guy. So I have one yellow castle over there that's built. It's taken apart in modules so I can put it together easily, because Josh will play with it every once in a while with all the original minifigs that I have for it. I have one completely complete. I know I have all the right pieces and era specific pieces, including the ones with the stickers on it, of the yellow castle. I have a second one that's, I believe, mostly there, except for some of the figs are missing the visors. But I can build a third castle with original stickers. And I did order a sticker sheet from Brick Sticker Shop. I think it was Brick Sticker Shop of the castles of the yellow castle. So I have it over there, the actual sticker set. Because I do have some shields and some torso vests, whatever, that do not have stickers on them. I just never bothered using them because I already have a full complete yellow castle, and possibly at least two full complete yellow castles, and a potential to build a third one. But I saw this one in the yellow bin of, I'll just bring it over here. The yellow bin of printed parts. Too fast, too quickly. And most of them are these stupid little 2x2 eyes, ubiquitous. They're in here, and they're also in the 2x2 brick bin. When I see them, they go in here. It's a little bit annoying. I should actually just, I'm not going to say throw them out, but I should take them out here, because it's just, but where else am I going to put them? These guys, fun to have. Printed part yellow here. Half a dozen of these at least in here. Cool. And I did buy this set off the store shelf. This was on deep discount, but I had fun with it because it came with a 9-volt battery box and 9-volt motor, and it was the power puller. I had fun building it. I had fun modifying it, putting the V8s and the V12s and the V18s or whatever, putting all the engines in it. This was a fun set. Every once in a while, I think I'm going to rebuild it, because it is fun. I still got the white flexi band somewhere over here. I didn't throw it out. It's one of those things. I wouldn't mind rebuilding it. I just haven't yet. I got lots of these guys from Aquazone or whatever they came in, the underwater stuff. I got like lots in there. And more bricks, and of course the printed bricks from Brick World, right there in the middle. I don't know what to happen to the rest of it. Probably taken apart to use. Some slope panels, stuff like that. Yellow is not usually a bin I go into for printed parts. Let me put this guy. Again, never bought the set. But lots of used lots, so I don't know. I think I had like at least 6 of those in here somewhere. I see 3 right now, top and bottom. And there's another one. So it really nice, glossy. I meant to build them into a space layout at one time, because the chrome is really cool to have. I just never got around to it. Never had an idea. Panels with stickers on it. I don't know ever what this piece came in. I'm sure crane, whatever, I don't know. But I didn't buy it in a brand new set. It came in a used lot, and so it just ended up here. More power puller stuff, and getting newer stuff from probably friends. So I really enjoy this stuff. Every once in a while, when I'm building something, I want to reminisce about. I don't know why that's in there. About the old stuff I have, because it really does bring me back to my childhood. Now again, I did not have this specific set in my childhood. I really didn't. At least I don't remember having this set in my childhood. I don't remember all the sets I had, but I do remember the sets, some of the sets I had, right? So what do? You know, life goes on. So, but I don't remember getting this set. It came out in 1973. I was getting the basic sets, the 2, 4, 6, 8, and I know, and this is again the fickle memory. There's a picture of my sister with set number 6. I remember that. I could probably find it on my, because I scanned it in. But for Christmas or birthdays, one of us would get the basic set. Back then it was the 1 through 10 or 1 through 9. But we always seem to get the even number ones. And my mom's not here anymore to ask. I don't know if she would still wish she would remember why we would get the even numbered sets, the 2, 4, 6, 8. And we're getting each one of those, or my sister or my brother getting each one of those. And then we would get the fire station, and then we would get the helicopter and the airplane and other sets like that. But for the big basic boxes from Samsonite, we would get, and it went from smallest to biggest, because 2 is whatever, and then 4, 6, 8. Never got to like the 744. I think that's a number, or all those other obscure 113 ish basic, what we would now, or a portion a couple years later, call the universal basic building sets. But we did get 2, 4, 6, and 8, and that's where we got the 10 by 20 base plates, or the 10 by 20 bricks, if you want to call them that. Just the little things that I remember vividly, and a lot of stuff I forgot. Which is, I guess, everybody's life, right? Especially when you get back to single digits when you're in your 50s. There are certain things that you remember. And again, you might be misremembering, because memory's fickle, and you might be building something up, or omitting. Your brain just kind of forgot certain aspects. But I do remember getting some specific sets, like the black race car and the plane and the fire station. I remember getting those. Now, I can't tell you which year I got them, but I remember getting them and having a great time with them. And I do remember that one of us 3 kids would get 2, 4, 6, and 8 over the span of 3 or 4 years, because that's how long they would stay in the stores. And that doesn't happen anymore. Lego sets now, 6 months and they're out overall. So you better get it while you can, or else you're buying it on the used market, and it'll be 5 times the price after it's been discontinued by the Lego company. As a matter of fact, you can go into the lego.com right now, find any set that's over $150 right now. You can buy $150 US right now from lego.com, and you go on Marketplace, or you go on Kijiji, or you go on eBay, and you'll see it for $500, because these people just put it up there because they know at some certain point Lego's going to discontinue it, and then people are going to be paying $500 for it, or more. I do find that odd. It's not at this point, it's not my idea of what I want to do with this hobby, but I am not going to fault people who do that. I am not. A lot of people get, I go to the store and all the shelves are cleaned out. Like, we wanted the racers for Josh, because they just released a whole bunch more. Josh has got about 15, 20 of them from before. We were going to buy him another set. We go to the store and they're all gone the day they were released. And we go up to the counter and, hey, when are you getting them in? Oh, we had them in. They're on the shelf. Some guy came in as soon as the store opened, bought them all, threw them in his shopping cart, and walked out. And then if we actually investigated, because it's in the area, we would go on Marketplace or Kijiji, and we would see that the person had them for sale already. And it is what it is, and so I think my laissez-faire, or I don't care whatever about this particular aspect that does drive a lot of other people crazy. It's honestly because I don't care about new sets overall. I care that the Lego company is being successful. I care that they keep on releasing sets. I get the sets I want in the end. I only have 3 brown space guys with baby. And some of my friends have 20. I'm happy for them, and I'm joyous for them. I did not put hardly any effort into finding them, and I wasn't going to put any effort into finding, because I knew they were going to disappear very, very quickly, and I just didn't care. I don't want to waste again, other people doing it. It's not a waste of their time, and I will say that. I don't believe other people are wasting their time by hitting all the stores and trying to find the minifigs from the CMFs that they want. That's what they want to do. Again, people say I'm wasting my time. Sandy and I wake up almost, not every Saturday morning, but at least once a month, and we hit the 6 value villages. we go for a coffee, and then we just hit all the Value Villages in a circle. We just drive around. It takes about the entire day for driving in total is about an hour, but we hit 6 different Value Villages and we come back. A lot of people think that's a waste of time for them, and I agree for them. For me, it's a great. We're out. We're listening to music. We're driving sometimes on beautiful country roads back in the backwoods there. They get from Ancaster over to Waterdown. We take the back roads instead of taking the highway, and beautiful farmhouses, whatever. And Sandy and I are chit-chatting, having a beautiful Saturday morning, just driving around the country and hitting Value Villages. She looks for some clothes for me. Sometimes we find something in housewares, whatever. Like we don't just all scope for Lego and get out. Like I sometimes that's what I do, but most times I'll just browse. I'll walk up and down the aisles. I'll go to electronics and see if I bought 2 Lego radios in Value Village. 2 of them, one that plays CDs and one is a smaller one, and I don't know where it is right now. Probably put away, but I found 2 Lego radios. Sure, right? Because they're not in the toy area, they're in with the radios. I sometimes find a little old. There was an Atari 2600 at the store the other day at one of the Value Villages that we visited. A true, genuine, original Atari 2600, and they wanted whatever. $100 for it, and they had all the cartridges that I guess they turned it, and they had each cartridge individually labeled, some for $24.99, some for $49.99, and I'm going like I never owned an Atari 2600. A lot of my friends did. I waited until the Commodore 64 came out, but I saw it there and I was happy to see it. So there's still, if you go looking, I mean, as I say, I found half an ISD just by looking. Anyway, so that's 21 minutes. This was just supposed to be about this guy. The set review, now at the end of 21 minutes, after I talked about everything else, the set review, it's cool. There isn't much to talk about this set. The printed pieces, fantastic, lots of them, really cool printed pieces. The Shell logo. The bottom is nothing to write home about. Even the fire trucks are better than that. Basic brick on the cab. I'm gonna keep it together. So that's my review. The cool pieces are you get four dualies, 4 sets of dualies, and 1 set of the other one. This is probably the easiest way of, if you can get this set, getting 4 sets of dualies at the same time. Because this one came with, I think, 5. There's 2 there, 1 there. That's 3. So even the fire station only came with 3 dualies and 3 vehicles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 dualies and 7 singles in the fire station. So this set came with more dualies than the fire station. And we call them dualies, and you probably call them something else, dual axle or dual tire wheel sets. That's what we called them when we were growing up, and I think I've heard other people call them that too. So let's get this out of the way because we can just, I will say back then, this is before minifigs showed up, and they made 4 wide vehicles for the longest time, which was cool because everything was to scale. This time in the early 70s, this was the scale. You look at that, the scale is there. They're all basically 4 wide, and the windshields are all basically 1 brick tall overall ish. Some of the construction vehicles are slightly different, but they had 2 scales. They had this scale and they had this scale. This is also from 1973. This is, of course, not the same scale. They would not be in the same scaled universe, but this is 1 scale and this is the other scale they had. It was perfectly fine. So I was happy when they had the minifigs, and then all the vehicles were 4 wide for the longest time, and then they started going into 6 wide, and now they're 8 wide. It is what it is. The road plates that you got back in the 80s, the 32 by 32, they don't work with the new vehicles at all. That's fine. You get mills going, and you get the new the road plate sets that they have. I think I bought one and I never opened it. I was going to use it for the space layout, but then right now I'm still sticking with the old 32 by 32s. But anywho, so that's my second set or third set or whatever. built. There we go. This shell truck. It was a quick build, quick find the pieces and put it together. But I thought when I was looking at the lug nets on the 1973 sets, I said I never built it before. I know I had the pieces and I was going to build it. So I'm going to go back to 1973 and see what else. So the steam shovel with carrier, which I just had done, is also 1973. The storage box, I already have one. And I might bring it down to show you sometime. There's just a lot of stuff in it right now. The sad part for 1973 for me, and anything before 1977, I would say, I was going to build the Italian villa first. It's up here somewhere. It might be a previous screen. The Italian villa came out in 1973. It came in with the granular trees. The trees made with the granular pieces. I had lots of those trees back when I was a kid. They came in all those sets that we got. Unfortunately, all of those trees got lost in the big melt. Every last one of them. So I have not seen a granular tree since. Not one has entered my collection since then, which I think is a little bit surprising, actually, when you come to think about it. But I do not have one granular. Now, okay, wait. Do not feel sorry for me. Do not feel sorry at all for me. Let's see if I can find this quickly. Easily, probably not. Oh, I did. So I may not have any granular trees from the early 70s, but I have tons of the trees that came out before the 70s. Like, I got dozens of these trees. And I separated them from the ones that they put the slots in the bottom so you can put them on top of base plates versus the ones that just sit on top of base plates like these guys, right? So they did change the mold, but I got tons of these, and these came in my used lots back in the day. I never got any sets. This is before I was born, right? So I very happy that I got these guys. So I'm not really, and again, until this week, I haven't really thought about building sets from 1973. So I'm not really sad, like, you know, oh, I wish I had. No, I don't need granular trees. I have 6 bins of trees and shrubs and flowers and whatever over there. And so another thing, just to make the video go on longer, this is my bin of, well, not just 70s. These guys, nice. These guys, nice. Little baby ones. Can I find a baby one easy? Little baby ones that they made for the longest time. Nice. But lo and behold, la, and the angel sang. The cypress tree. And I have those whole cypress trees. Now again, I had more before the big melt. These came after the big melt. So I have a whole bin of these kind of trees. Only 2 cypress, but I don't care. So if I need to build a Lego forest, one thing that, okay, so let's go off on this tangent that we're already 30 minutes into this. When Sandy and I and Josh went to Legoland, New York between Christmas and New Year's, it was fun. I loved it. It was great. We're going to go back between March and June because we have the free passes. But they had the big trees that look like that and out of steel. And I hugged one because this is my childhood. Even before the big melt, I had these trees, right? And then after the big melt, because I could still get these trees in the sets that I got after. Yes, they don't look like real trees like we do now, and you'll go to a show and you see people building things that actually look like trees and, like, you know, authentic trees instead of Lego looking trees. But in the end, this is my childhood, and I got a whole bin of them. So I honestly, until I mentioned granular trees today, when I saw the Italian villa, I hadn't even thought about it for a very long time. And sporadically, we'll have a conversation somewhere about, oh, do you guys remember the granular trees? Oh, yeah, I remember them. But when I'm not thinking about them, which is hardly ever, I hardly ever think about them. I don't even miss them. So, and the sets that I had that I lost in 1970 during the big melt, I can rebuild all of them now. So it really did, whether that was, we can say that was very traumatic at the time, because for a couple weeks there was 0 Lego in the house. I can't say that because I found pieces here and there and everywhere, including one 10x20 base plate. But the very first set that I got after the big melt was the police car, the little 4x10, 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10, black and white police car, and I had a 4x8 and a 10x20 base plate, and that's all I had for a while. That's the extent of my Lego collection for a couple weeks until we got more sets for Christmas and birthdays. But anyway, more tangents upon tangents upon tangents. I'm gonna put all this stuff back onto the shelf, put it all away, and put that there, and I'll figure out what I'm gonna build next. The police car set 611, got it. And now I have 12 of them built because I just wanted to do that. The steam shuttle with carrier I've built. I don't need to worry about storage right now. That's it. So that's the end of the line on the lug nuts. So I can build a caravel plane. Not interested. The tipper trucks and loader, that almost sounds like, because I built the tipper truck, which is up there somewhere. That might, well, maybe not, because let me just see what the set inventory shows. There was, okay, so while I'm looking at this, let's see if I can build this tipper truck with loader. A blue shovel, probably not. The gray hinges, I used them all up. There's one set in here, I don't think it's 1973. I don't think I saw it in 73. I saw it in my head a long, long time ago. I remembered, and this is again the fickle memory. I remember for Christmas, or my birthday, I think it was more for Christmas, I got a transport truck set that I built, and I remember that the transport truck set had almost like a Technic pin in the middle of a 4x I don't know how long plate. That was the connection between the cab and the trailer, the truck and the trailer. And I remember the pin itself was like, there was no hole in the base plate, the 4x plate. It was just molded into it in the middle, kind of like, the steering mechanism where they put the hole in the 4x6 and the 5x6 plate. This was a pin, but it wasn't like what we come to know as a Technic pin, where it had the grooves in the two. I think this was like a whole cross, and those pieces started breaking off pretty quickly. Again, I was 6 or 7 or 8. And I saw it the other day, and so I don't think, because I don't see it in 1973, so it's probably after that. I could build the boats, but I'm not going to. The ambulance and the helicopter, I had the ambulance and I showed you the helicopter. I'm not going to worry about that. But the Swiss villa and I built the firehouse, the heliport. I might look at building the heliport. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, so back to that pin. I remember them. I remember, again, those little pieces that came up off the plate that they broke off pretty easy. It could just be me being hard on them. And again, that whole thing was lost in the big melt anyway, so I never saw them again. So every once in a while in my life, I remember that part, and I never got any of the used lots that I received. And I kept looking for it, and I said, did I actually remember that correctly? Did I actually remember that 4x plate with the almost like a vertical Technic pin, but it wasn't molded into it? And then I thought, maybe I am completely misremembering that. And then I went on LugNet. And I started sorting by year, because whatever. And I saw it. And it was a transport truck. And the 4x plate was the cab that had the pin on it. And the trailer had another piece that would click into that. I can't build that because I don't have those two parts. I don't have the plate for the front and the plate for the back for the trailer. So that's a deficiency. And it's a deficiency that I don't care about, but because I had the memory when I was a kid, and I don't think I want to build that set. I really don't. So what I have and is this is also one of those sets that are in there. This guy here, it's a little beat up. I got this guy from an actual person, and I have I might have given the instructions to Jeff, but pre-me, not pre-space me, not pre-me, pre-space me being a kid, this would not have come my way. I think this is before 1973 even, because I don't see it in here at all. It might have come after, I don't know, but the sets I got when I was a kid had the black rubber tires. I remember that. I never got any gray rubber tires when I was a kid. My cousin George, who is a decade plus older than me, had, when I used to go over to his place, my Uncle George's place, and my cousin George, and he was in his 18 or 20, and I'm just like 5 or 6. He had gray tired bricks, and I thought, oh, those are gray tired tires, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I remember vividly, oh, that gray tires are so awesome, because all I had was black. And then I didn't get gray until I started buying used lots when I was in high school and past high school. I did not have one gray tire in my collection prior to 1980, 83, 84. And then I started getting gray tires every once in a while. And these are okay gray tires. They're not the best. I got some really nice mint ones somewhere from another lot. These ones are okay. They're really hard. Oh, some of them are really hard, as prone to happen. And the steering mechanism is broken. The centering piece has been broken off this thing, and even the front end of the plate is busted that the piece connects to. But it's the only gray piece that I have, and that's that fits the set, and that's what it came with the set when I bought the used lot. I can't remember if this is supposed to have the Lego, because usually when you bought this kind of set that had the steering mechanism on top, I had the Lego logo on top. I should actually look that up, but I'm not. But I like this, and it comes with these beautifully huge doors. I like that too. And again, look at this beautiful one-piece gray base plate, or the 6x plate. Like, this is bigger than anything that came in a Galaxy Explorer. So I like that. But anyway, so I keep this set together. I also keep the fire truck. Together. This I built. I gotta get a new mat for my thing. I built this one from a used lot. It had more than this in it, but I found out it did have this in it, so I built it. There's a 1x6 with the headlights on it, and the Lego logo on this guy. I don't know if it's supposed to have two of these. I might have been knocked off. This set also came with the 2x2 brick with tires, and then the 2x4 brick with tires. And one of my ubiquitous pieces back when I was growing up is the 3L door, the 3-stud door with the clear on top. I got them in blue, red, might have black, I can't remember. Definitely yellow. Fantastic. So and I believe it's missing one of the ladders, the extra. Again, fickle memory. I'm not sure if this thing had the extra, if there was an extra, a three section ladder instead of just a 2-section ladder. Might just be 2. But anyway, so I got all these sets that I'm rebuilding, and again, a lot of them I didn't have when I was a kid. That's fine. And some of them I did have when I was a kid. Also fine. So I'm enjoying this right now. I'm honestly enjoying this, and I hope you're enjoying it with me. But this is 40 minutes, so I'm gonna go to bed now. Long and prosper. You didn't have to jump off. The gray one's missing because I built another 8x4. So, and I ran out of hinge plates. And this thing came with 3, so I grabbed it off of there. I'm gonna put all this stuff back in the shelf. I am tired, so I am rambling. You guys all stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you soon.